fun that we have with bridal makeovers. So it's always like time bound, a different experience for a bridal makeup artist. Guys, it's a lot of back pain and knee pain and leg pain that you're going to develop over the years. So work on strengthening your back, your legs, so that eventually 10 years, 15 years in the industry, you are not, screwing any of your body parts. Yes. Indian girls are blessed with good eyes and, lips and overall the facial features.
Yes.
Right?
But they appear on camera is something different. Nobody can visualize what's happening behind the scenes.
Exactly.
It's something very different.
But when it comes to movie, it is really different. It is really challenging because there you sort of envision a character. Sometimes I've seen housewives dress up better than models also, Okay, so for the pressure on the girls, especially the women, to sort of look good all the time.
Always. "10 years, hundreds of faces, one dream, a journey that eventually reached the silver screen." Today on Mic Drop, we are joined by Bhavika, the artist behind Glam Your Face, a brand built with passion, creativity, and years of dedication. From stunning bridal makeovers and fashion shows to corporate campaigns for leading brands like Levi's and Bosch India, and even heading the makeup and hair department for a Kannada movie. Here is a journey of an artist handling pressure you never see behind every beautiful face. What does it truly take to turn makeup artistry into legacy? Let's look deep into this topic today, and let's begin the story behind the glam, the struggles, the growth, and the dream that became reality. Let's invite Bhavika to the show. Hi, Bhavika.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to Mic Drop.
Thank you.
And looking at the date today, I remembered one incident which happened 7 years ago. We
And
met
what is
in
that?
the sets of my pre-wedding shoot on May 16th.
It's the same date?
It's the same date.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And 7 years down the line, we're
What
shooting.
are the odds?
Yes.
What are the odds of it?
Yes.
This is crazy. Okay.
And it was not planned at all, and it just happened.
It just happened, right?
Yes,
Oh, Lord.
yes.
This is our calling.
Yes.
Yes.
So when it comes to the word makeup artist,
Right.
it's a beautiful word where you make people look way more than beautiful.
Yes.
In
That's
this industry of glam, people only see the outer part of it. So I wanted to know more about what are the struggles that a real makeup artist will go through in this industry.
That's a very deep question, honestly.
Yes.
If I look at it from the time that I started, it's been like 10 years now. And I think one thing that no artist is sort of mentally prepared, but eventually figure out as they go in the journey, right, is sacrifice.
Okay.
Okay, so sacrifice is something in a lot of ways, that too. So one is sacrificing your social life. Okay, so what happens is most of the events happen during the weekends.
True.
Where the other, like be it your family, your friends, they would make some weekend plans, which, I think 90% of the times I've missed because I'm working on a weekend, right? So most of the events happen on the weekends. So yeah, we've missed a lot of like social gatherings because of it, right? Then sacrifice of sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
That is
so,
there.
yeah, like just as I was telling you some time ago, right? We had a bride who had to be ready by 5 and I started my day at 1:30 a.m. and then got to the venue, which was an hour, from my house, and then got there, got the bride ready. So when everyone is sleeping, we are sort of working, right? So sacrifice of sleep, definitely. And it's a lot of hard work, right?
Sure.
So it's just like glamorous for you or anybody who looks at our Instagram profile of ours is just one photo or one video of our work, right? But there's so much more that like goes behind the looks that we create. And there are shoots that we've done where we've worked for like say 48 hours or 72 hours straight with say 1 or 2 hours of just nap in between. So that you are like mentally sane to continue and finish your project, right? So it's a lot of hard work, but also a lot of patience that you need to have. But at the same time, it's a lot of fun because you meet like new people. a lot of fun people, you make good friends
True.
and all of that. So yeah, it comes with its own, perks.
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Yes.
Yes. So there's a lot of work put behind
It
bringing
is.
up someone and making them look more beautiful on their special
Yes.
events, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So in this 10 years you mentioned you would have met so many people. So is there any kind of makeup that you have done
Mhm.
which touched someone very emotionally and they cried after seeing themselves in the mirror?
Wow, okay. So this is like a flashback memory that I have in my mind right now. So we had a bride, obviously a bride, generally goes through a lot of emotions, just before their big day, right? So
True.
we met her at the trial, which was like 3-4 months before the wedding,
Mhm.
right? So we always do trials for our brides to understand what they want. And it's also sort of comfortable for them and us to, work on the big day.
Mm.
So even the bride knows what to expect and even we know what we are supposed to do,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So at that point, her skin was like really good. So we obviously when we do the trials, we give them tips about how to take care of their skin and, to prep their skin in terms of facials and what they need to
Yes.
do, So we sort of guide the brides accordingly. And then when I meet her at the wedding day, her skin had a different story to tell. Okay.
That I think that happens commonly with
Yes.
90% of the brides.
Yeah, yes. So with this bride specifically, her skin had started to act up just before the big day. Okay. So she had a lot of acne marks on the face all of a sudden. She started breaking out because of stress and, her skin was very dehydrated also at the same time. So it was a lot of, things that were going on the skin. Even her, pigmentation around the mouth was like quite evident,
Oh,
right? So when you, as an artist, if you look at, a canvas like that, you would automatically start working in your head as to how much of, the work is going to be
True.
to make the bride look flawless, right?
Yes.
But what happens is, I started recollecting in my head as to how I'm supposed to do things. So with minimal layers, we try to, give a best result to the bride. When she looked at herself, through the mirror, and then she was so happy, so overwhelmed. She's like, how did you do it? I was so stressed out, I didn't know how this is going to turn out. So she was like really emotional, almost on the verge of crying. But I definitely requested her, please don't cry.
Yes,
There's
again.
yeah, exactly. It's a lot of hard work and it's going to get messed up. So please don't cry. Though, we use waterproof makeup, but still, it sort of messes up, right? Just before the event starts. So I requested her not to cry and then she was fine.
Mhm.
But what happened is the skin sort of continued even post like the wedding, So she got in touch with me and then she also attended a self-grooming workshop with me just to learn the basics. And, with the technique that I did on her, I exclusively taught her as to how she should be, doing makeup on her skin. So that was one wow moment for us because we didn't do just the bridal makeover, but we also converted that to a, self-grooming student. And now, she invites us for all her events.
Very
So,
nice.
yeah, it's like she's become a part of my family, my
Yes.
business family.
Yes.
Yes.
No, it sounds great and inspiring to work ahead with these kind of incidents happening in between of your work, right?
Yes, it does. So people
Yes.
start sort of relating to you,
Yeah.
not just your work,
Yes.
but also relate to you. And then over a period of time, you tend to become good friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
And spoiling your big day with acne cannot be imagined also. It should not happen
It
to
is a
any
nightmare.
bride. Yes.
It is a
yes.
nightmare,
Because that will stay for you with forever actually.
It will.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
and that
yes.
also triggers a lot of emotions at the end of the day.
True.
So we as artists are always trying to calm the bride down, giving our best shot, trying to,
It's not external thing what you uplift,
exactly
mentally what
exactly.
you prepare them.
So it's not just about doing makeup, but first is making her feel comfortable, giving her some water, the least that we could do.
Yes.
To pamper her a little bit so that it's her big day.
True.
We try to make them feel comfortable before we start with our work.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an experience at the end of the day that you give your client.
Yes.
It's not just your product or service, but how you make the client feel, from the time they get in touch with you to, the post your product or service that's delivered. So they remember, throughout as to how, and they'll always come back to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's there. That
Yeah.
emotion plays a role there.
It does.
So you have done bridal makeups, you've worked in movies and all. So from bridal makeup to movie sets,
Mhm.
what was your journey altogether?
The journey was amazing. I mean, both of it is like a completely different ballgame,
True.
So
True.
bridal makeovers, like, there are different communities. Different communities have different requirements. Every individual is different, right? At the end of the day.
Yes.
So every bride is a different experience altogether. So that's why we, like I mentioned, we do trials. We understand the bride. And the challenge about the bridal makeovers is it's always time bound,
Mm.
right? So, specifically right now, I can remember of a bride who just, gave us time to be there. We were there on time and we are waiting. It's been like half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour. We are patiently waiting for the bride to come. And obviously, it's not the bride's fault as well because there were a lot of last minute rituals that, the family had to do and all of that. And wedding is chaos, right? So there'll
Yeah.
be something or the other, there'll be a delay and all of that.
True.
So we are sort of mentally prepared as artists also to deal with it. So what happened was, she walks in and she's like, you have 45 minutes and just do whatever you can, So it is like my team and I are all surrounded, surrounding her and we are doing our thing. And, in 45 minutes, before even her friends, her family was ready, she was ready and, she went on
For the
to do her
photo
photo
shoot.
shoot, right? So that is the kind of challenge and the fun that we have with bridal makeovers. So it's always like time bound, a different experience for a bridal makeup artist, right? And the kind of products also that we use for bridal makeovers is totally different when it comes to, in comparison to like movies and
yes.
shoots that we do. And coming to movie makeovers, it's again like completely different in terms of with bridal, yeah, you can sort of edit. There's room for you to, even if you
Change.
made mistakes, you sort of edit.
Correct.
Ideally, as an artist, you should not be doing that, but
Situations.
situations, and
Yes.
there's room for edits.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
but when it comes to movie, it is really different. It is really challenging because there you sort of envision a character, right? So when a brief is given to you, they tell you this is the setup. For example, if it is a village setup, you need to sort of visualize how the character is going to look, right? What is the background and what is the client, the character wearing? What is the outfit and what is the look that you need to pull through?
Yes.
Right? So it's about envisioning a character, build a character, right? And you create a look and give a test shot, right?
Correct.
So there's a test run that happens of how the look is going to be with the team.
Yes.
And then once it is approved, delivering that same look multiple times is also a challenge. And it's like a no makeup look, the actor has to like feel comfortable in it. Plus, should stand true to the character. So all that is really challenging. But again, that is a test of an artist. Honestly. So if I really look at the experience that I had with Billy Chukki Halli Haki, the Karna movie that I worked with, the shoot went on for more than a month, right?
Okay.
So this actress, Kajal Kundar, we had created a certain blueprint of how the look is going to be and all of that, and delivering that same look day in and day out, without like even one hair strand, being
Will not
off,
change.
like without like the kajal being, the intensity of it being the same all through. It is really challenging to pull through that,
Yeah,
right?
because
So
it's a continuous shot,
yeah,
and
there's
you
a
need
lot
to
of
maintain
exactly.
that.
There's a lot of
Yes.
continuity that you need to maintain.
Yes.
So that is also a different ball game altogether. And I'm proud and I'm so happy that we have been able to pull off each of it. Though it was a learning. Starting you learn, you make mistakes. It's okay.
Yes.
You learn from that and then improvise and then get better at it, and eventually you build work that is sort of satisfying for the whole team. And at the end of the day, when we post on Instagram or be it any of our social media, if I go look back, I'm always like sort of happy with the work that we have done.
True.
So that satisfaction has to come from within.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So we've always had that, and I'm so happy and grateful that we've been able to deliver what was expected out of us, and we've got opportunities also to show our talent.
Yes.
Yes.
It's just not what they appear on camera is something different. Nobody can visualize what's happening behind the scenes.
Exactly.
It's something very different, and only who does it will know the value of it.
Exactly. Like I told you, right? We are the people always behind the camera. And today, it's an honor again, thanks to you, that I'm sitting in front of the camera, and also I've got an opportunity.
Because you make look people good in front of camera, and you should also be in front of camera at least once.
Exactly.
To share your experience.
Yes. And I hope I'm doing a great job, guys. But
yes. yes. If you had a chance to go back to 10 years and tell something to your beginner version of yourself, what would you tell yourself?
Wow. Okay, so this is a very interesting question, I would say. If I look back and I see how I started, we started assisting a senior artist in the market at that point. This is 10 years ago, right? So there were like very good artists already in the market, but there was so much more scope for new artists to come and explore and make money at the same time, right? So there's a very like a good money making profession, honestly, if I were to say that. So getting into the business at the right time, that was a good call. So I would say I stepped into the industry when it was like picking up really fast. So in the process, we done a lot of projects and explored ourselves. So if I would look back and I would tell myself that you're doing great, because what I concentrated on initially was to build my portfolio, right? So obviously when you want more clients to come to you, you need to have that kind of work also to show.
Yes.
Right. So we started doing a lot of shoots. We worked with designers, models, and then we created a a lookbook basically. So this helped us to attract more clients, be it bridal or even for ad shoots and all of that. So yeah, I would say that I was on the right track. Be it like being patient with even if there were times when we didn't have work during off season, when you have a very dull season also, right? So just being patient enough, waiting for the time, but also like exploring different areas, because wedding seasons are always like on and off, right?
Yes.
So I was always on the mindset from the initial stage itself that, okay, boss, like when there's no work, how do I, like start generating income for myself? So that's when I started doing ads. I started tying up with ad agencies, and I've done like shoots with them, and then also done designer shoots, and which keeps you going eventually, right? So I think if I look back and I see the way I started, the way I continued, I'd really pat myself on the back and say that you're doing great, and just keep slaying and keep doing good work.
World of makeup is way too huge and deep. What really happens in the glam world? Basically, behind the glam world, I would tell.
Wow, okay, this is a very tricky question, honestly. If you look at, so I would like to divide this into like two, bits. One is the positive side of it, and also a little bit of negative side of it. So the positives first, obviously there's always a face behind who wants to look, beautiful, look presentable in front of the camera for themselves, to feel good and all of that, right? That is one angle if you look at it. Then there's also a field where there are a lot of fun people. So you connect with them, you make friends, it's a fun environment, you explore like different styles, you learn to style differently and all of that, right? So that is one. And the other positive of the glam world is again exploring your own style. Okay, so people are not very judgy also at the same time. Okay, because now if you look at how things are, Gen Zs or even the millennials for that matter, they have come out of their comfort zones, trying different things, the way they look, the way they dress up and all of that. So that is also a positive side, because everyone is coming out of their comfort zone and willing to explore, thanks to a lot of exposure to social media, and people are seeing a lot of content, they're learning, and it's really good to see a lot of housewives coming out, dressing like really nicely. Sometimes I've seen housewives dress up better than models also, so it's a good thing, like, you're feeling good for yourself and then trying to be like really confident,
Presentable and
and it's a fun thing. Okay, so that's a positive side of it. The negative side, which is also quite disturbing, is I have stopped seeing people with bare faces walking confidently. And it's quite disturbing, right? So, the other day I was at a departmental store. Okay, so me personally, being a makeup artist, I generally don't, like on a daily basis. Obviously, we don't do so much makeup when
Yes.
we are at home, or like I'm going just out to buy some things, So, and I see a girl walking in like with full face of makeup. Like, see, at the end of the day, I do agree that it's a personal choice how somebody wants to be, but also, like, this trend of not being so confident in your bare face is quite disturbing. Okay, so for the pressure on the girls, especially the women, to sort of look good all the time.
Always.
Yeah, like for example, if you are at home and then there's an invited guest who walks in, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously you just can't be like, how
Just like
you
that.
are, right? So that pressure of looking good all the time is sort of real, and that is also a downside to it, right? So I think creating a balance,
Yeah.
yeah, and feeling yourself, but also the confident version, trying to pull up a style, explore a style which is good for you, and then follow it.
True.
Yes.
True.
So that's my take on this question that you asked. Thank you.
Yes. And in your whole career, there should be one point where you must have felt, I made it. So which was that point?
Uh, this is quite emotional, I would say, because I always wanted to do a movie in my life,
Okay.
I think for me as an artist, because I've seen, like I follow a lot of artists, and I wanted to do something which is also quite different from what artists are generally doing in the industry. So there are specialists, obviously, in each of the areas in makeup. So if bridal artists are there, they're just doing brides and nothing else, right? So if there are artists who are doing just shoots, art shoots, they just do that, and then they don't concentrate on other areas. And if there's a movie artist, they would just concentrate on movies, right? So my agenda right from the start was to sort of explore each of these areas and not stick to one. In the process, I've learned a lot, and my ultimate dream was to do a movie. So I'm really grateful for my friend, the producer director, who got in touch with me, and then he was like, we were talking about this. Would you be interested, to be the head of the makeup and hair department and work closely with us and pull up a look for each of the characters in the movie? I was like, wow, like I was just manifesting
Manifesting it.
and I got it, and I was so glad and so happy that I made this. And I think I am content now, like if I look back 10 years, I'm sort of super content with, all the work that I've done. And this movie was just like the cherry on the cake. Like, yeah, it was a really good factor and feel good factor right now. And I'm so happy I did that.
Yeah. When it comes to girls, all are connected with makeup. That's common thing. It may be simple makeup or a grandeur look or any kind of look. So people try it on themselves. What
Right.
are the common mistakes that girls do and they don't realize that it was a mistake?
Yeah, okay. This is a very interesting question, actually. I feel it's the liner.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a lot of depth to a liner, the way you do it, right? First of all, to understand a strong feature on the face is so important, right? So sometimes what happens is, there are two features which are sort of overpowering in a face. What I mean to say is, both, the eyes and the lips are like quite uh, evident,
True.
seen, it catches attention of people. So you sort of first understand your face, okay, identify a feature which is like a strong feature on your face, okay. And we Indian girls are blessed with good eyes and lips and overall the facial features,
Yes.
right? So we need to sort of balance the look that we create, right? And most of the times what I've seen is girls go wrong with liner, because what happens is they would not understand how the eye shape is. If the eye is hooded or not hooded. If the eye is hooded, then what would be the liner, the winged eyeliner angle. So understanding all of this is so important before you actually do a liner, right? And for example, if your lid space is quite less, your liner can't be thick, because it will cover the whole of your eye, right? So to understand what the shape is, to understand what is the lid space, to understand if the hood is there, then if you do a winged eyeliner, like this is not going to pop up, right? So you need to totally like get understand your feature and then deliver accordingly.
Small math to be done.
Yes, small math to be done.
Yes.
But if you just understand that, because as you start aging, your eye shape also changes a little bit, right? So you need to like have perfect knowledge about how to do that, and it's very easy if you look at it. Okay, just a little bit of understanding about how to do things. So liner is a common mistake that we as artists have seen that girls make. Yeah.
So to add up to all this, we'll have a small rapid fire.
Hola.
It's not just one word. You can go until one sentence maximum.
Perfect.
Yeah? Okay. So bridal makeup or fashion makeup?
Both, I would say. Bridal for money and fashion for creativity.
Great. One makeup trend you dislike?
So one is the sun-kissed nose look, right? So where they apply blush on the nose as well. It looks super weird. Okay. So that is one. One is quirky eyebrows, right? So like zigzag eyebrows, there was a trend, feathery eyebrows.
Yes.
So it looks sort of crazy. It doesn't look good on everybody. Or even the box type eyebrows, right? So yeah, these two top the list.
Okay. Most challenging shoot ever?
So the CEO of a certain company, I will not name the company here. So obviously when I was given a brief, sorry, this might take a little long because I just want to share the experience.
Yeah.
We were given the brief. They showed me the photo of the CEO and was told that okay, he's the one, and then so you be prepared. So we go on the shoot day, we display, we sort of arrange the kit, we are ready with the mirror, everything. He walks in and he's like, you have 2 minutes, do whatever, just 2 minutes, that is it. I don't have patience to sit. I don't like makeup. So imagine when, somebody is walking in with that energy and then you are supposed to deliver. Like literally, obviously, and he's like a really big guy, okay? And my hands are shivering. And in that condition, I'm supposed to deliver my work in 2 minutes straight. And this is happening before he's delivering a speech to his shareholders.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the most tricky shoot that I've ever been a part of.
Okay. Quite tricky.
It is.
Yeah. And one challenge that you faced working with the celebrities?
So, delivering their style along with matching the character is really tricky. Okay, so it's a video shoot. There's no room for you to make mistakes because even while editing, makeup mistakes will not be corrected. So that is the most challenging part about a movie or a celebrity shoot.
Matte or dewy look?
Matte any day.
Matte.
Because I think matte is throughout the day, you would still look great. Dewy, it sort of is very
Messy.
tricky. Yeah.
One advice for upcoming artists?
Just stay patient. Like it's going to take a lot of patience, a lot of hard work. Just don't lose your focus. And during off times, try to, work out different areas of makeup where, you can generate revenue for your business. And guys, it's a lot of back pain and knee pain and leg pain that you're going to develop over the years. So work on strengthening your back, your legs, so that eventually 10 years, 15 years in the industry, you are not, screwing any of your body parts. Yes. So work on strengthening your muscles. At the same time, be a lot more patient, build your portfolio and explore your own style.
Yes. That was actually a realistic, realistic advice.
Yes.
And coming to the ending segment of my podcast, I would like to ask you, what is your mic drop moment in your whole career?
It was this last bride that I did, actually. So we've done a bridal makeover for her sister. They have introduced me to a lot more, their friends and family for their events, and constantly being a motivator, so every time that I upload a story, they would actually keep commenting on it, trying to stay in touch, and again getting back to me with all of their like requirements. So what happened was, like, I recently got married, and this client out of nowhere gets a gift for me, that this is a marriage gift and also a return gift for the wedding. I mean, they didn't have to do that, right? So it's just about building that relationship with you, and then going out of the way, making you feel special, and being so hospitable. I think that sort of melts our heart,
True.
and that's really good. And as artists also, we truly crave for people like our clients love at the end of the day,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So this is a very heartwarming experience for us.
Keeping business aside,
Yes.
gaining love and trust of people
Exactly.
is something very important.
Yes.
Yes.
And that helps you sail through a lot of things in your business as well.
True. That was a great moment.
Thank you.
Before we wind up,
Mhm.
I have a small token of gratitude from my art partner Doodle Alley.
Oh,
This
that
is for
so
you.
cute. Thank you so much. That's so sweet.
So I wish you all the good luck
Thank
and
you so
best
much.
wishes
Thank
for
you.
your future
Thank you.
endeavors.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
You. Thank you. So how was the whole experience shooting with us?
I can't thank you enough, Megha. Actually, you had gotten in touch with me even earlier, but because of my work schedule, we are not able to do it. But I'm so glad that we've done this today, because it also gives me the time to sort of reflect on last 10 years, feel good about a lot of things, and also have the opportunity to talk about it. And if this sort of helps anybody, I'll be forever grateful. So I'm so happy and glad that you invited me, you considered me, and I got a chance to share my journeys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I would like to thank you so much for giving your time to me.
Of course, I had to. Come on. Yeah, definitely.
And always, whenever I look back into my pre-wedding photos, you are the one whom I will always thank.
Oh, so sweet.
You
Thank
made
so
me
much
look
indeed.
so pretty, and thank you so much for being one in my life.
Oh, of course. I mean, that means a lot. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity also. I always wanted to like share my experience, not just through like my handle, but also, talk about my experience, so that even if one artist is sort of learning from my mistakes or whatever I have to say, I'd be forever
Even
grateful.
if one person would get transformed, it would be
Yes,
a great thing
100%.
for whatever efforts we have
Yes,
put in today to
yes.
bring out this shoot.
Yes.
Yes.
So I thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I'm truly overwhelmed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Some dreams begin with a single brush stroke, and over the time, they turn into magic on the big screen. From transforming brides to leading makeup departments from cinema, this journey is more than just beauty. It's passion, persistence, and a purpose. This is not just the story of a makeup artist. This is the story of Glam Your Face, because makeup may change faces, but passion truly changes life. And with that, this was Mic Drop for today. We'll be back with another inspiring story and another unforgettable journey and more real conversation. Until then, stay tuned for more unscripted, unfiltered, and unmissable conversations. Don't forget to subscribe to Hamsa TV channel. See you in the next episode.